The zombie game genre is building strong momentum, with these upcoming titles focused on survival, action, and intense horror settings. With both new projects and returning franchises, these games bring bigger worlds, smarter enemies, and more immersive outbreak scenarios. Let's get into it! Blight Survival is a PvE action horror game set in a war-torn medieval land where a deadly affliction turns humans into monsters. Players can go solo or join up to 3 others to fight both creatures and hostile survivors while trying to destroy the source of the Blight. The gameplay uses directional combat with skill-based control, along with roguelite and extraction-style systems where players choose to leave with loot or continue at higher risk.
For Blight Survival. First off, on behalf of myself, Mats, Ash, and the team, thank you. Hitting 1.5 million wishlists is a massive milestone. We're incredibly grateful for your support. We're taking the time to make sure that it pays off when the moment comes to put Blight in your hands. When we teamed up with Behavior, we spent a lot of time digging into the original vision for Blight. It quickly became clear that if we wanted to truly do justice, we needed to take a step back and rebuild our core systems from the ground up.
We're designing Blight to be a brutal, visceral game. Combat is meant to be felt, from the first clash to the final deadly blow. These finishes are just one part of our immersive combat system that we can't wait to show you in the future. We've started ramping up on small-scale playtests, so for anyone who's interested in shaping the future of Blight, join us on Discord. Thank you from everyone here at the team at Blight, and we can't wait to see you soon.
It's been 10 years since the outbreak. Since everything we knew got lost.
Never Be Alone is an open-world zombie survival game set 10 years after an outbreak where nature has overtaken cities. Players can go solo or join others in seamless co-op while managing health, hunger, thirst, and temperature. The gameplay includes base building, crafting, farming, and vehicle use, with fuel and damage systems. Different zombie types and human factions add threats, while weather, seasons, and tracking systems affect movement, visibility, and survival decisions.
You'll battle hunger, thirst, and the deadly silence of radioactive zones. You can either go in alone or go in numbers. You can work on the same missions, take down the horde of zombies, and make the world a safer place. Build a base, power it up with a generator, and light up your own corner of darkness. Explore the forsaken world and uncover its hidden truths. Do you have what it takes to survive? Just remember.
I ask you, are you ready for great changes under the guidance of...
Metro 2039 is a first-person shooter set in post-apocalyptic Moscow, where survivors live within the metro tunnels after a nuclear war. The story follows a conflict under a regime led by Hunter, who controls people through fear while preparing for war on the surface. Players take on the role of a reclusive character drawn back into the ruins, combining combat, stealth, and survival elements in a single-player, narrative-driven experience.
Nation, clean air, bright future. The noble right says comply. The people say aye. Fear not the enemy's threats, for the Führer Hunter protects you. are they taking them? Can you hear me?
They do. We hear everything. But you don't let them speak.
No, it's not about me. I won't ask again.
It's all about you. Sleep.
Together now, children.
The no life is our home. Either we destroy or we are destroyed. No one will mourn us if we die. Mercy is weakness.
Our enemies have no pity for us. The enemy must be destroyed.
The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed.
Your nation, clean air, bright future. The Noble Reich is our home.
Everyone. This is a fictional place in Ardem.
Ardem is an open-world survival RPG set in a land destroyed by a deadly virus, where players must manage resources and stay alive, alone, or with others. The gameplay includes base building, farming, hunting, and fishing, while handling hunger, temperature, and weather systems. Players can repair and upgrade vehicles, customize weapons and characters, and use electricity systems powered by different sources. Actions can change parts of the environment, with both PvE and PvP interactions available online.
You create custom license plates for each individual vehicle, indicating that they belong to this place. As you explore this state, you will come across local food market ads and other commercial covers, indicating the previous life before the apocalypse. Back in the day, was this the land of opportunities? Couldn't be any further from it. But as you explore our handcrafted world, there will be signs indicating exactly as to why people never wanted to leave this place. Whether it would be leftover family-raised animal stock, abandoned acres of crops that would start from one side of the state and reach nearly to the other side. Because of the given setting of the game, players will have plenty of base building opportunities. The loot is specifically chosen on the area and the point of interest that the player would explore. Because the map is 64 square kilometers, the world in Ardem will still feel isolated and at times very quiet. But that doesn't always mean that you're alone.
Long Gone is a narrative adventure set in an abandoned suburban area years after an outbreak, where players uncover past stories through items left behind. The gameplay combines 3D exploration with 2.5D platforming and environmental puzzles, with no direct combat as zombie encounters are handled through problem solving. A cat companion helps detect dangers and find hidden paths, while players search houses, collect objects, and piece together events by interacting with everyday belongings.
And supplier of all things bottled and tapped. We are proud to welcome you to our research and development.
Hazard Levels is a co-op survival horror game where 1 to 4 players enter unstable rifts to collect strange ingredients while avoiding creatures. The gameplay uses physics-based interactions with tools like a gravity gauntlet to grab and carry objects, along with procedural levels that change layouts and hazards each run. Players scan for rifts, open portals, and return to a hidden pub base to prepare, manage items, and use crafted drinks that grant different effects.
Travel to new, exciting places. Safe in the knowledge that we always got you aback.
Ill is a first-person action horror game set inside a research fort overtaken by a mysterious entity and hostile creatures. Players face unpredictable enemies using weapons that require maintenance, upgrades, and careful inventory management. The gameplay uses realistic physics that affect combat and puzzle solving, along with a dismemberment system where enemies react dynamically to damage. Binaural audio and detailed animations highlight weapon handling and enemy behavior during encounters. Forest 3 is a first-person survival horror game set on a strange alien planet where players deal with hostile creatures on land and in the air. The game builds on mechanics from earlier titles by combining resource management, crafting, and base survival with exploration across dark environments. Early details show sci-fi elements alongside familiar survival systems, with players navigating dangerous areas, managing threats, and adapting to new types of enemies.
Even the crows refuse to.
Valor Mortis is a first-person action Souls-like where players control a revived soldier from Napoleon's army in a plague-affected Europe. The gameplay centers on melee combat using parries, dodges, and finishers, combined with supernatural abilities that enhance attacks. Players grow stronger after death, unlock new powers, and use different weapons while fighting infected enemies. Movement abilities help in combat and traversal, while the story connects historical elements with supernatural threats.
What horror has been unleashed on these lands? Some escape in daydreaming, some in madness. What madness has taken hold here? Am I dreaming this hellish nightmare?
Blighten is set in an abandoned facility filled with infected creatures. Players navigate interconnected areas, search rooms for weapons and supplies, and manage limited ammo while facing different enemy types. The gameplay uses firearm combat with various weapons, combined with resource management where every shot matters. A retro visual style with hand-drawn enemy sprites is used, while players move deeper into the structure and uncover details about the outbreak. Silent Hill Townfall is a first-person psychological horror game where players control Simon Ordell, returning to an isolated island town linked to his past. The gameplay combines evasion, limited combat, and puzzle solving using tools like a portable CRT device that interacts with strange signals. Players move through a fog-covered environment, uncovering story details tied to the town and its inhabitants while managing encounters with threats and navigating narrative-driven challenges.
I woke up in the water again. But this time it's different. I keep trying to fix what happened. But no matter what I do,
you can't fix it. It doesn't let us change things. You did what you did.
Ritual Tides is a first-person psychological horror game set on an isolated island where players uncover its past while avoiding a hostile cult and other threats. The gameplay centers on survival systems, with limited resources, including food, ammunition, and supplies that must be carefully managed. Combat is limited and often avoided, with stealth and movement playing a key role. Players investigate locations, interact with the environment, and use traversal mechanics such as controlled climbing. Nakwon Last Paradise is a multiplayer zombie survival game set in an urban area where players manage a shelter during the day and scavenge the city at night. The gameplay combines PvPvE encounters with infected enemies and other survivors, using stealth, combat, or cooperation to survive. Players gather resources, craft items, and upgrade gear while handling health, injuries, and stress. Extraction-style systems require careful planning to return safely with collected supplies.
both know you have your issues.
The Pines is a psychological horror RPG where players control a former detective at a secluded retreat hiding a deeper threat. The gameplay combines investigation, dialogue choices, and combat using melee weapons with limited resources. Players develop skills and perks, interact with different residents, and uncover connected stories through clues and side events. A stalker system reacts to player decisions, turning certain characters into persistent threats while progression shapes both the character and outcomes.
Do you really believe they tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and all that bullshit?
Well, hello there.
It's the pigs. They talk to me. Whisper even sometimes. There was a whole lot more going on here than you can even start to imagine, Mr. Walker.
The Florist is set in a town overtaken by dangerous plant growth that transforms people into hostile creatures. Players solve puzzles, fight enemies using different weapons, and move through areas that change over time. The gameplay uses fixed camera angles to guide movement and increase tension, while an unlimited inventory allows players to collect and manage items. The story follows a delivery worker uncovering the cause of the outbreak while trying to survive.
Due to recent flooding and pandemic, access to all external areas is restricted.
The Sinking City 2 is a third-person survival horror game set in a flooded version of Arkham inspired by Lovecraft themes. Players navigate waterlogged streets and buildings while managing resources, solving optional puzzles, and returning to areas as new paths open. The gameplay includes combat using firearms against different creatures, along with inventory management and environmental clues used to uncover side mysteries that affect outcomes and provide gameplay benefits.
Can you describe the sound in the recording?
Project Spectrum is a tactical horror shooter where players enter unstable ember zones to gather intelligence, fight creatures, and extract safely. The gameplay uses squad-based PvPvE systems where operators can be hunted by player-controlled executioners. Players manage resources through crafting, use stealth and realistic gunplay, and track threats with tools like cameras. A sanity system affects perception and gameplay, introducing hallucinations that can reveal hidden details or create additional risks.
But sometimes, loss can birth beasts and bury truths. What do you think? What if you are the beast?
The beast?